Everyone, this is Bill the Man continuing yesterday with session 13 of the Ancient Reborn. I'm your DM JVD.
Hey guys, I'm Evan the Great from the Villains Demand. I'm playing Luda Silverstring, the Elven Bard, and we are just approaching the Stone City, Nightstone, and fought a bunch of orcs.
I'm the Bearded Wonder with the Villains Demand, and I'm playing Vesper Nork, the Moon Elf.
I am Smiley, and I'm playing Horde Whitehammer, Dwarven Merchant, and Bear Enthusiast.
And I'm Wesley, playing Roland Ivor.
Okay, Wesley, give me a small recap of the last game.
Where we last left off, we were on the trail to Nightstone, and we saw smoke up ahead. Grizzly asked me to ride ahead and see what I can find out. I took Vesper with me, and we found that the village had been overrun by orcs. Went back and reported what was going on, and as we moved closer, a fight ensued. We just finished combat and moved up to the city.
Alright, so as I had said, you guys had found there was a pretty good sizable force that came here. There was a boulder in one of the guard towers by the drawbridge. You had assumed there was giants here. As you come into cheers of being rescued, the people of Nightstone are pretty beat up. You see people like arms in makeshift slings, bandages, torn armor. As you make your way through the gatehouse, Nightstone is about a little over 200 feet wide and about the same length long. Except for when you look off to the right, the moat cuts through and there's a giant windmill which you guys had seen coming up. The whole left side of the town from the gatehouse is where your smoke's coming from. You notice there are people running in that direction that are not here to greet you. You can just see around that there are some dead orc bodies, there are some dead guards, some dead commoners, and people are like tending to these people. You know, you see these people are on the ground, they're upset, they're crying, people are yelling out for people. This place was under siege. And in the middle, about halfway through the other side of the wall, you see there's a big, large hole in the ground.
I would like to try and persuade the people to bring the most injured to me so I can heal them first.
You don't have to persuade nothing when
Well,
you're out for an healing.
There are people busy doing everything.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta talk to people into
Bill Hillary
taking time and
will assist with that as well.
most wounded first need my attention first.
I mean, you're flooded with 1,000 questions. You know, who are you? Where did you come from? Yeah. You know, what are you doing here? You know, I mean,
All things will be answered in time. We need to deal with the wounded
I
now.
just answered all three.
a gruff old dwarf. You can tell, or just by his looks, you imagine this dwarf's over 200 years old.
Yes.
And he shoulders his way through the crowd. Grizz, and you hear Grizzly, Borak, you old bastard, and they embrace each other in a big hug. He's like, I'm glad to see you're alive. And he's like, I'm glad you came to the rescue with these fine folk. And he's looking at you all, and he comes up, shakes each one of your hand. You who openly were told, he's like, Torn blessed you. You know, thank you very much. I mean, he's very grateful that you guys are here. He said, I wish this was under better circumstances. You could visit the community of Nightstone. It's like, I apologize on behalf of not only me, but the people of the town.
Oh, it's
We've
cool.
encountered much worse on the way here. Even this small skirmish is better than what we've been through.
He says, come, if you want to stay and heal, you can. You know, the other is, he's like, come and I will, let's get some food in your bellies and a drink in your hand, and I will tell you what had happened.
Or his ranking is immediately like one step ahead of him.
Okay, now, like I said, Roland, you are more welcome to stay behind and help, because there are people like running in these homes, or the fires have been put out, but they're smoldering still. I mean, there are people pulling the dead out. You do see some people come out alive, but they're injured. I mean, and there are a lot of dead orcs, and
If there's anybody suffering from like poisoning from smoke inhalation.
Oh yeah, like I said, if you want to run a hill, you go right ahead. Does anybody else want to do anything like that?
I'm doing what he's doing.
So you're helping?
I was gonna run into the houses, but he said they were pulling people out, but that was what I was gonna do.
Or you, no, you can still go do that. Like I said,
Yeah.
this is just all going on.
I'm going to
right
each
now.
house and going in and make sure there ain't children or anything in there, elderly, plants, animals.
I can't heal anybody, but I could try to help them put out the smolders or whatever.
I'll go
No
around.
one's really worried about smoldering homes right now.
Okay, I mean, that's the only thing I can
If
do.
you go with me, I can make
I'm not
a
saying you have to
shaft.
help.
Bring wounded to the
But he is
Yeah.
Grizzly is going with Morak, and Morak's going to tell him what had
I
happened.
don't have much loss.
I asked Vesper to help me.
Huh?
I can make a makeshift thing we can put
Green.
people on, sticks and stuff on my first aid bag so we can drag some of the wounded out of these houses.
Yeah, I'll help you do that. I'll tell Lord Boost to go
So Ord
with
would be
Orin.
our,
The side that he's taking you to, Ord, and the side everybody's on is what took damage. His inn, Nightstone Inn, has actually taken some damage. There's not a lot of buildings here, just to kind of give you a layout. There's 3 large buildings, and there's some smaller buildings, and there's like tiny homes everywhere. I mean,
Does it look like with enough time I can mend the inn?
enough time. A day? No. I mean, there's that whole side of town has taken significant damage. The other side, not so much. So helping,
Yeah.
Helping.
Yeah, she's with me.
I
Or
will
Roostie's
go
gonna
with
go with
Morak,
Orin.
'cause I must actually help with right now.
okay. So you guys start helping, we're gonna cut off with Ord here. As you follow Morak and Grizzly up to the town square, there's this massive hole, and you notice these large footprints go directly to that. They don't cut off anywhere else, and then they go directly backwards.
Oi, Morak. The hole, what's with it?
Tells you, not sure, but that is what the town was named after. It's a giant shard of what I can only guess is obsidian. Never seen anything like it. Never knew it went that far down. But if I was smart, that'd be the blade of a sword of a god.
Did you see?
And he just looks real confused when he tells you. You can tell like he's trying to just piece together what he might think. He's like the fire giants. They came, 2 of them, pulled it out of the ground.
Fire giants.
you were right.
They've been raided around Mirabar as well.
It's like never had problems with them here.
We're not that far north, I don't think.
No, not fire giants. No, not at all. Says, come, I'll tell you. He's like, he kind of pushes the door off of his inn. You walk in, he's like, in Dwarven, he's just cussing. Oh, you pig-faced bastards! They've raided his whole inn.
Did they get the door?
You see him takes off and he runs behind the bar and he lifts up the cellar door. Oh, not all of it.
Then we have something to celebrate after all.
And he gives you a big huzzah!
So,
He's like, but I'm afraid there's not enough for everybody.
hold on my jug. I got 10 gallons.
So, pour a drink for you, him and Grizzly. He tells you 2 days ago, these 2 fire giants with a small band of orcs and some small beings made of fire attacked the town. They came up to the drawbridge and dropped 2 massive shields and hid behind them as they threw boulders into town. They took out the guard towers, got the drawbridge lower as they threw grappling hooks, pulled it off down with pure strength. They marched into town to take this stone and all. And he tells you, I cannot tell you. I've found it. Helped find this place. We did not think that thing went that far in the ground. He said it was easily 40 foot. And he's like, and I kid you not, it looked like a giant blade of a sword. And he says the giants pulled it out while the orcs raided the town, fended everybody off. To the west side, the giants took it and the orcs held back until I guess the giants could make clear. And they've been hounding us for 2 days. He said the rest of the force have left. He says, but they just stayed behind, I'm guessing, to cover the tracks.
Reminds me of Felbar.
He says, the war,
Hey,
were you a part of it?
my family fled from Felbar during the occurrences. We had to find a way through the tunnels.
You see the remorse on his face. Yeah, my apologies.
You have not to apologize for it. You do not have a big nose, nor are you a drows.
Ah! And takes a big swig. But he tells you, he says, I will take a good laugh and huzzah when I can find one. I'm shoring the dead or piling up by now. Says the guards have done their best to try to push the orcs out the gate the last 2 days, and if it wasn't for you and your fine comrades,
The Greenfields Company would call ourselves.
he's like, you better always be raised here. Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Says if it wasn't for your fine folks, I don't think we would have made it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.
More along the lines of what I'm aware the nightmare just ended. I'm more curious to the plans to try to pick things back up.
He said, basically says, it'll take time, but we'll rebuild.
I can help you when I say I'm good with a hammer and tools itself.
What good dwarf isn't?
Hey,
He tells you, if you have the time, you are more than welcome. As long as you and your friends are here to help, he's like, I will let you stay. He kind of looks around at what's left of my once magnificent inn.
well, I'll start right here.
So you're gonna get to work?
Yeah, immediately.
All right. He'll share some good tales with you. Him and Grizzly will banter back and forth about some adventures they've been on in Grizzly's younger heyday, and you'll get a couple good laughs.
Yeah.
You'll see a little embarrassment on Grizzly's face every now and then. Despite everything that's torn down around you, you can see that he's in good spirits.
I'll tell him about Greenest, about the blueberry to the dragon, and how I just finally put him to rest.
He's just in shock by your storytelling. Everything about the caravan too?
Yeah, everything leading up to how we got here.
And he tells you he's amazed that you even made it this far.
What did I consider now everything started? I am too.
And he says, the thing is, a good dwarf always finds his way.
Hey, I got to drink to that.
Says, "Huzzah!" Tells you, maybe the gods favor you. Felbar, Greenest, your trip here, maybe fate's guiding you, boy.
To be honest, I don't think I'll be a dwarven god, considering everything that's been in my life.
But at least a god favors you.
Perry taught me of Ogma. That's the one he favored.
Good. A fine deity for a crafter such as yourself. Nothing wrong with that, no shame.
Honestly, I just think he had a thing for the bards.
He's like, there have been tales of dwarves that have left here for dwarf home, Gauntlegrim in the north. Ones that everybody thought had lost their faith, but set on the throne, was blessed by the gods. He said, don't lose faith in that.
Faith is all we have anymore.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
You guys are outside helping the wounded.
While we're looking at the wounded and taking care of them, do I happen to find any of the orcs that I might be able to save and make a prisoner to interrogate?
No, they're all dead. All the orcs that are here that you're going to find are dead. The rest had fled.
If I did see a living one, it would be dead.
Yeah. There is no living orcs.
And I was just thinking, interrogation.
I mean, you guys had seen where they had dropped the drawbridge and had fled. They tell you, those were the orcs had fled.
Do we see any of the weapons that he made, the orcs had?
I don't know. Roll me a perception if that's what you would like to look for.
185.
Ooh, boy, guess what you find? Crude orc weapons.
So I find any copper on the ground.
Actually, no. The weapons you find are actually very well crafted. Like top craftsmanship. It's not typically what you would think an orc would
Yeah.
carry. Even the armor they wear is very fine crafted,
Are they-
heavy armor.
Are they ords?
Check the forge mark.
So
That's what I was looking for, but he said.
fire giants
There's no
or
forge
craftsmen.
There you go.
So I eventually bring it to their attention about these weapons, and I'm guessing Or's gonna tell me that they're fire giant made.
If he's there, but he's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm getting them for
Yeah.
later. I'll grab a few just so I can show him, like, these don't look like regular orc weapons, but we'll save that for when I get there. Where is Long Nose? I call him Long Nose. The guy that's with Grizzly, the little.
That's a good question.
Don't know.
I think he slept through the entire fight, to be honest. That's what I was just figuring.
He was hiding in the wagon.
Okay. I was just wondering because I ain't seen him. We ain't roleplay with him. And,
But no, now that you're in town, you don't find him at all. He's not in the wagon. He's not with you guys. If your memory calls you, Longnose was a very nosy halfling.
He's
Yeah.
probably in somebody's business.
Probably right.
Yeah. So we just pull more of these people out.
You do notice this gaping hole in the middle of town. There are people that are standing around it.
I'll ask somebody what's up with the hole.
They'll tell you that was a Nightstone. That's what this town was founded on. We had no clue that giants would come to take it. I mean, this place has been here for decades.
Would a history check maybe give me some insight on this guy's blade that they apparently pulled out of here?
You hadn't heard that it was a guy's blade. That's what he was telling me.
Oh yeah, I haven't heard that.
Yeah, they were walking off,
Okay.
and you heard that.
Roland will actually come up to you, pull you aside, and ask you to inform Leosin and Thea of what happened here.
Oh well. As soon as I get done with all the helping everybody that needs help, then I will send my daily message.
Okay. I mean, this is going to be like an hours long. Doing
Yeah.
this. Because I mean, people are going to go take to the graveyard. Getting places buried. I mean, there's a lot of sorrow here. I mean, though people are grateful that you're here, there
Yeah.
is a lot of sorrow.
Roland will try and lift people's spirits with stories of Torm.
Roll me a performance.
You're about to tell the evangelist right now.
12.
Tom, hear you.
It's enough to be uplifting to some, but I mean, you've got a lot of tragedy here. I mean, like if you maybe had like a violin or something was good at playing music, that might, boost the vibe.
Here, that can make any music good.
But I mean, it's enough for people to pay attention. You bring a smile to people's face.
Do you actually do that?
Once I'm done getting everybody out of these buildings, that's my main goal right now.
Yeah.
Roll me one.
Then so everybody out of the buildings.
Yeah, well, just hours have passed. I mean,
Where's my inspiration at? Oh, that's 14.
it's not much better than Roland's.
You were actually just hand rolling your violin. He will try and play it.
Go break it.
But between both of you, like after all this has passed, and there's like a vigil for everybody, you guys have lightened the mood a little. Maybe give a sermon during everything and whatnot.
Pray over the dead.
Yeah, pray over the dead and stuff. But I mean, it's enough to bring smiles to people's faces, not enough to really lighten the mood.
Yeah.
As the evening sets in, you're having this vigil and whatnot. You guys have stopped to go, be a part of all of this morning and whatnot. You're in no timeline to leave this place. You're not. You can leave whenever you want. Grizzly's where he's at. Eventually, come morning at Hillary tells you guys she's leaving. She's going to talk to her superiors with the Emerald Enclave to let them know of the dragon, what had happened, and to let them know of this attack on Nightstone.
Safe travels.
Well, it'll be in the morning. She's letting you guys know.
Well, I'll ask her if she'll be okay by herself.
She'll be fine. The forest will protect her. Guys,
Roland will actually do something a little weird here. He's been completely oblivious. This is last night with her. He's actually going to try and seduce her.
Do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
You know how hard it's gonna be. And you've already turned down her advances on you once.
Get my flute out.
Why?
I inspire him.
He's like Anchorman.
But how do you know he's gonna do it though?
Does he talk to me?
He's gonna start playing.
Hey, Luda, I'm going to set up a candlelight dinner. Could you be there to play?
I'll play a
Careless
charm.
Whisper's playing. He's playing Careless Whisper on the phone.
Man, you're gonna have to give me a
Experience.
charisma
I
check.
still have your bardic inspiration.
Huh? Remember it
No.
wears off.
That's
That's 10 minutes.
Yeah.
He wants her.
I have
whisper
one
eyes.
bardic inspiration left today.
Charisma check is what you need, buddy.
I can cast
That could
Grass
be.
on you.
Before I do that, I will come up to you and ask you if you could, if you have any words of inspiration to help me with this.
Oh, so you're gonna talk to Luda about like, hey, I'm gonna try to pick up
I've
on
never
her friend.
okay,
but-
talked to a woman before, but I've
Why
grown to
would you
trust
do
her
this though?
because I've grown to trust her. She's been there ever since we
Because
left.
he's a-
Okay, look, I mean, I trust you guys, but I'm not trying to fuck you either. I mean,
He doesn't want to die a virgin.
the virgins always live in the horror movies.
That's true. That's true.
This ain't a horror movie.
Who says it's not?
It's kind of turned into one with the dragons.
I mean,
Fire giants, dragons, obsidian sword blades 40 feet long. Yeah, this
Yeah,
is a pretty
it's an
fucking
action
horror
movie if you're watching it, but if you're actually in that world where there's a lot of dragons, it is pretty much a horror movie.
pretty much, right?
So does Luda have any words of inspiration or no?
She can.
Luda, are you tickled by this?
Yeah, if he tells me, I will sit kind of not close to him, but close enough to where I know he's going to say what he's going to say. I can inspire his words with
Hooks
a
his
reaction.
violin up to them.
I got
So yeah, I'm playing the violin, a slow, lovely tune within the earshot of the young paladin.
Don't fail.
Oh my god. Okay, hold up. Now where are you doing this at? You've got like half a destroyed town.
In the bar.
Well, I figured
But I
I probably
mean-
took her off a little bit. You know, we are both nature lovers. You know, maybe it's a little more
They're
appropriate
outside.
outside. You know, maybe
Okay,
it's woods.
so you're gonna go outside the walls.
And
Not
Luke's
too
gonna
far away,
follow.
but enough to where we got a little privacy. And we can keep
Well,
an eye.
everything around Nightstone's open except for the woods on the left.
So I guess I'm going to hide behind the tree and play the porno music.
That's why I'm asking. Because I told you guys when you approach, it's all flatland except for woods that are out on the left. And they're like
That were all the
horse.
orcs ran into.
They're just gonna do it out there in the grass.
Under the pale moonlight.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, is that where you're gonna take her out?
You and me.
Out there in the open, out in
How
nature.
far? I need to know.
So let's do it.
How far is it?
It's about a quarter mile away.
You remember I get there in
About
10
half
minutes,
that.
or my D8's
About
going to
half.
wear off.
All right.
He ain't gonna last that long.
He rolled a 7 on my thing.
Luck reroll on this.
He needs luck to get some.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
He did roll 7 on mine.
16, 17, 18, 19.
19. You're trying to seduce her and
What are your
whatnot.
lines?
Boy, this is.
What are your
yeah.
lines?
Yeah, give me some
I had to get
lines.
my lines when I
Yeah,
talked
give me
to
some lines
Augustine.
here, buddy.
You gotta use some game, bruh.
Well, I'll probably start off talking about what a lovely night it is.
Oh, all right, all right.
He's gonna miss her when she leaves tomorrow, and wants to spend the evening with her before she leaves.
Mm-hmm.
Thank her for all the good she's done for him.
How does she feel about this?
So he brings her out here, and he's gonna prepare her a special meal.
Oh, look at this.
Unfortunately, he doesn't know how to cook.
A special meal,
Tube
huh?
steak, some other things.
Well, I don't know if I gotta fix this camera, and I know it's mid-game, but I want to get Wesley's sexy pose on it over there, like he's playing it cool.
He needs a fire behind him.
She turns,
Yeah, all right. Come on, Wes.
she turns into a
Give me some more. Let me zoom up on you real quick. Let's get this going. Come on, give me some wild words of love. Ain't got nothing at all.
You ain't got nothing, man. Come on.
That you and me,
I
we're
ain't
just
got no
mammals.
game. Roland might have more
So
than
we
me,
should
but
do
I
it
ain't
like
got
they do on
no
Discovery
control.
Channel.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
just tell
30
her-
and I'm single, okay?
Just tell her you want to
Nature.
I got a 97 percentile. You're sitting out there talking to her and
Nature is
on your
full of
hand.
nature.
You
Wow.
think this might work? and 3 arrows land at your feet.
Oh
Man,
man, like
we're
well,
so
right where the
close.
orcs ran off too.
Well, that's why we can go all the way to the woods.
You were so close getting laid, man.
Still elven territory.
Elven territory.
He told you there was worse things out there.
There's like
Say
no
if
fucking
it-
in our
like it happened,
in our
she could
woods.
take care of it.
Yeah, you are healthy.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
just killed the mood, didn't it?
She tells you, we probably shouldn't go any further than this. Roll me a perception.
You could ask the elves if they want to join. You have a giant orc out there.
They also
You
heard.
don't see it, and you see her, she's looking off into the woods. And you see her, she kind of squints her eyes. And then you see torches light up. And they're lighting these sinuses on the ground. You can't tell what they are. But stretched along the part of the wood in the line, there's pikes. And they have heads on them.
Orchid.
Can't tell from here. But you're going to kind of tell maybe by shaping size, yeah, they look like orchids. And there's quite a few of them.
What did you say about 20 or so?
So maybe, yeah. I mean, there's no telling what these elves want to do to these orcs. No, you hear
So I
you hear a male elf voice yell out, come no further, or put your head here too.
I understand that this is the wood elves and they've taken care of the orcs.
It's what you're
I'll
gathering.
stand up, give them a little bow, and back away. Basically,
I just want to
you've
get a
done
show.
a good
damn it.
deed. I will not test you.
You're gonna walk away. She's like, she kind of looks at you. She twiddles her fingers. She's like,
Unless she wants to do something about it.
it's just where she's going. She's like, you should probably leave.
Oh, she's gonna get raped by smells.
You got cough balls.
She's like, she puts her finger on your holy symbol. She says, they will kill you for that. And she's like, I'm sorry.
Man, caught what by elves?
Roland will keep his manners.
Surface
Give
elves
a
at
little
that.
bow.
Damn dirty surface elves.
She's like, I'm gonna go ahead and go and please give my best to the others. She's like, there's a lot of work to be done, and maybe I'll see you again. She walks up, she gives you a kiss on the cheek, and she waves goodbye to you as she walks away. And Elvin, you hear one of them yell out, "You're welcome!" And then you can hear her talking a language you don't understand.
Druidic. Alright, anybody else?
You just go let her go?
Yeah, I'm not going over and get shot.
Come on, chase after your woman, don't let her go. It's like the airport scene.
I expected, that's not the way I expected anybody to head out that way. I'm like, wow, this is horrible for him because he goes so far, these elves are going to shoot at him.
It's like the airport scene, man. You can't let her get away. She's fixing to get that plane and go across the country. Or go to England or some shit. Roland just wanted sex.
So, talk about Debbie Downer today. They just ain't going good for hardly anybody. Fits the mood of the Nightstone. Sorry about your luck, Roland, but the dice said no. 97 pretty high. Not, I don't know what you guys want to do. There's not a guard posted tonight. Everybody feels relatively safe because you guys have showed up. Roland, I'm sure you've come back with the news of all these orc heads and the elves.
Yep.
They tell you, the elf, let me find his name. You talk about it, they'll tell you of Rod Arrowhome, who leads these elves out there. He tells you they do not like us. He tells you, I'm sorry that they fired arrows at you, but they get pretty territorial so far off the road. His name is Rond, R-O-N-D, Arrow Home.
You have to go fuck that motherfucker up, ain't you?
He says as long as you don't tread too far, they're gonna fire warning shots. He's like, but after the warning shots, he's like, I advise you don't go anywhere past them arrows. Ron likes to claim that as far as he can shoot an arrow is what he claims to be their territory, and he is very good with it. How do you make you feel about that?
You
A
wanna
little
clear-
butthurt. You're like, oh
You wanna clear them out,
man.
Roland? You wanna clear them out? We can clear them out. We can burn their homes down.
You
Wait,
don't
what?
kill animals. Bloody hell, man.
I'm not gonna kill you. He is a drought.
As night goes down, like I said,
But you don't hear about that because you've seen my mother.
Well, they told me about it.
as night goes on, like I said, the town's at a relatively peaceful moment. What is everybody doing? He said no one's posting guard. Everybody feels pretty safe.
I guess we're just
Is
all
there
kinda
a
drinking.
forge I would have access to? Here's just so I can work on my stuff.
Yeah, it's nothing extravagant. So
I just
you working on Mecha Curd?
maybe yes.
Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
Okay.
So I was inspired by writing Kurt.
You're fumbling through your bag of holding,
Yeah.
and you feel something that you've never felt in there before.
Is it a taco?
Do you want it to be a taco?
No, I was just saying. I wouldn't be upset if it was, but
it's not a taco. But you can invent a food for D&D now, the taco.
Burrito.
double inspiration.
So you're fumbling around, and you pull this out
Nice.
Pretty.
That is very nice.
of your bag of holding.
That's bloody wicked.
That is absolutely fantastic.
Oh yeah, it's like awesome writing and stuff in it. No idea what it says.
You understand that to all be dwarven.
I can tell by the runes. What does it say?
Mm-hmm.
Richard don't sleep anyway. He'll have that translated.
Hey, if you can find a way to decipher that, you'll know what it says.
Holy shit, really?
Lord of the Rings, Dwarven translator.
You
He'll
can
be
try.
up all night.
Hey, you know what? As long as it took me to write all that,
Oh yeah.
yeah, you
That's
can
okay.
decipher it. I got a sheet over here that tells me what all it says.
That's awesome. You took a lot of time on
Yeah.
Yeah.
that. RDM cares, guys.
Yes.
Yeah,
cares.
he does.
That'll be translated by tonight.
Yeah. At the rate he's playing Magic Gathering right now,
Well,
he's gonna have to do a little sacrificing.
He's gonna stop playing.
Hey, no, okay. In all honesty, you're like, man, it's gonna take a while. No, you're gonna learn Dwarven alphabet real fast. Because I was just like, I got picked up after like the 4th page. I had to start writing it. So,
It's awesome.
you're welcome.
Dude, that is absolutely
So now you've got a
fantastic.
bracelet from El Hildry. You've got a mysterious book in your bag of holding that you keep Rupert in. That's a good question. Where did it come from?
I know, that's what I'm asking.
You can read everything that's in it, but I'm not telling you what's in it till you decipher it.
He's gonna start on it right now.
So,
I am.
Roland, I guess you're gonna be upset for the rest of the night.
probably.
I would imagine. Pretty
I know
butthurt. You hear the trees talking to you, and they promise you that she'll be back. She cares.
Like the trees in Lord of the Rings voices.
No.
She
would
be back.
For you. She wants to fuck you like an animal.
Like on the
You
scope.
were wrong form.
Like on the Discovery Channel.
Yeah, let's turn into kitty guys.
Weirdest trees ever.
Who says trees don't have a sense of humor? The grass did.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, right? Right, and then it brings its roots up and wraps you in its sweet embrace.
And then tree rape.
And then tree rape. That's what I was
It's a pretty
Evil Dead style. Luda, what are you doing?
Luda is going to go and talk to Vesper and I forget your chick's name.
Or
Bustia. And I'm gonna say, I have been writing a little bit of the Greenfields Company, a couple tunes, it's not done yet. What do y'all say y'all take the dance floor and I attempt to play it for the first time?
Sure, why not?
All right.
You know,
Do you actually have something written down?
Not yet.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
I said a little
He's
bit of
getting
it.
excited.
You
He's like,
take an inspiration away.
I will. Well, that's what I've been working on.
All right, roll me a performance.
you know, I was joking myself on the surface.
right there.
Let me roll my performance as well. The flute.
Nope. I got 2 left feet.
Oh man,
Okay,
yeah.
let's see if this inspires you. That's a 14. It does not start as planned.
But you've got
Yeah.
people, you take the floor, you're obviously not dancers. You're not, hold up. There, that's for
She's a lot
Bustia.
better than me.
She's a country girl, so she's a
Dirty
line
dancing,
stepper.
motherfucker. She watched that shit growing up. Giants and goblins and what do we just fight? And orcs. Oh my.
Orcs and orcs is all you fought today.
I played
There's no goblins here.
winged creatures and teeth bigger than.
Or you're busy doing this.
I'm actually gonna ride this.
Roland, small girl approaches you. She's a little human girl. She's blonde. She's
So
very
turned
cute and
really
dirty. And she's like, hi.
Hello.
And she says, this is from my mommy. And she hands you a flower.
Oh.
Thank you.
You can go talk to her mom.
And she giggles and she runs off.
Mom's in the corner peeing.
Wow, look at it. He's just like, well, puts it back in there. All right, so Roland stick in the mud for the rest of the night, I take it?
Pretty much.
Or it is too busy deciphering this book that he has found in his bag.
I'm trying to make love
Um,
happen.
This is the most ignorant thing I'm
Or
doing.
Bustia is teaching some
Dancing.
line steppings.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go out there to her. I'm gonna have her teach you some dance moves too.
Hey, there you go. You can go out there and play the violin and
Yep.
dance. I mean, Emily Autumn does it all the time.
What do you got roll for dance performance?
Yeah, roll me performance.
I got a 9 in performance. I learned fast.
Hey,
That's
boy!
Hey, me and our Rusia are
She turns line dancing into fucking twerking.
right in front of you.
Hey!
We get to go on and I do one of these and I call him over. Or her,
Our
Vesper
over?
over. Yeah.
Damn! Hello, nurse! Hello, nurse!
Guess I'll try this.
And
Yeah.
If I can figure this out, probably not.
Hey, you're getting a little better.
Get a little better.
What do you got?
That's a 10.
Hey, that's not bad.
You get one step the right direction.
Honestly, though, Roland will probably bury himself in his work and just take up a guard post.
All right, there's plenty of towers around. You can do that.
He just by himself jerking off.
Where is Grizzly at in here?
He's out there cutting a jig. I mean,
I'm about to
with
say, we
spurs and
pull
whatnot.
him into the mix,
Hey, there
man.
you go. Yeah, everybody's having a good
Everybody's
time.
The door, if I get everybody on the dance floor.
Roland, who stares out to the deep forest, yearning. Keep going, there you go. Yearning for Elmhildry.